Well, welcome back to Mommy Talk, Georgina. And we're talking about healthy kids, and we're talking about being healthy, and what better way to bring us all together with healthy kids than to invite Catherine Squires to our couch to talk about your Georgina challenge with making kids healthy. So welcome.
Thank you.
I have never ever heard of a healthy kids challenge or anything like that involving kids in Georgina at all. I mean, we've had a lot of, new bodies with parents and, boot camp and stuff like that, but never anything that had to do with kids whatsoever. So we are so excited to hear about your Healthy Kids Challenge. But before we do that, we are going to talk about Dr. Ashley Higgins, because we didn't quite get enough time on the intro.
That's okay.
Ashley came on the show and she gave away a $150 consultation to joining her practice, because she's a naturopath. And amazingly, we had an abundance of entries that came in.
But we could only pick one.
But we could only pick one, and it was totally random. And we actually have the picture of the winner.
This is taken at the Rock.
This is taken at the Rock.
Family Day.
Look at that.
They're just enjoying their hot chocolate.
And who doesn't enjoy the Rock? Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a great family.
4 seasons around, love the Rock.
Yeah, we love it. Absolutely.
That's it.
So yes.
So Lori, who is our winner? Whose family is that?
That family belongs to Lisa Pennell. And Lisa,
congratulations, Lisa.
So yay, Lisa. Thank you for sending in your photo. It is wonderful, and it is random, as far as choice. But so we'll have to notify her that she is the winner for Dr. Ashley Higgins' $150 consultation.
It'll be phenomenal.
And thank you, Dr. Ashley Higgins. That's awesome that she did that for us.
Yep, she did. She did a great job. It was phenomenal.
So
it's the next level in our whole new year. Like, this whole new year, we've been all about being healthy and how you can get involved in your community and different things. So tell us about your challenge.
So the Healthy Kids Community Challenge is a 3-year project that the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care is funding. Georgina was awarded the funds. It's $125,000 up to $125,000 per year. For 3 years, up until March 2018. And the goal of the challenge is to help children and families make it easier for them to be healthy. So making healthy choices around physical activity, around nutrition, and healthy behaviors.
Well, that's phenomenal. So how do we get involved in this, or how can I get my kids involved in this?
So there's a lot of initiatives going to be happening throughout Georgina in the next 3 years. Some of those have already started. We had our launch back in January. We also had the Cub Club mini snowboard park at the Rock, actually, where kids were able to try out snowboarding for free. This is a brand new park at the Rock, and it will be open from now on.
Sort of help them, I guess, discover their
a passion for snowboarding and have an opportunity to try it without having to invest in the equipment. So the equipment is able to be used indoors and outdoors.
Oh, nice.
And kids can just go and borrow it from the Rock at any time. It includes the helmets. They don't require the boots or the bindings, and they wouldn't have to buy anything. So it's a free service now.
Basically
at the Rock.
Keeping it simple that they can go and
that's
experiment.
wonderful.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Oh, that's phenomenal. And so anybody can come and bring their child to the Rock to try this equipment out?
Yes. So unfortunately, our winter season is over, so it has closed up. But we will be using the equipment in another way. So the equipment can be used indoors and outdoors. So we'll be using that at our camps, at like Town of Georgina camps. We'll also be lending it out to the schools. So we're developing a physical activity program that will go along with the equipment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and schools and community organizations can borrow the sets for however many kids they have in their group. There will be a manual where there will be a variety of activities that they can use the equipment with, and they can bring it to their school and just borrow the equipment for free, as well as the programming.
That's phenomenal. And that goes all in with the funding and everything, and that's how Georgina was able to have the equipment.
It will always be available, even beyond the Healthy Kids Community Challenge. So
Yeah, because now we own it in the
wonderful.
community.
That's right.
We actually have pictures of this stuff, and
Yes.
that so people
In
can get an
action.
idea of what we're talking about.
Yes, so this is the Cub Club mini snowboard park. So parents can pull their child through and around and over the elements. Every year it can be changed, and we
That
can.
is so cute.
It really depends on where you want to learn. So there's small hills, and then there's rollers. There's teeter-totter elements. I actually had my mom up
I was
there.
gonna say it looks like that's sort of like integrated from
Yes.
the bunny slope to whatever, and
Yeah, so this is an example of how it can be used indoors as well. So it can be used year-round.
catching some air.
Oh, wonderful!
So, to what age, though, does this program run for
So
kids?
it's anywhere really from 2 years of age all the way up to adult. Like I said, I
Oh, wow.
had my mother out there at the mini
Way to go, Mom.
mini park. Yeah, she was. I have some pictures of that too. I didn't think she would appreciate me giving them to TV. So, but yeah. So anyone
You
2
keep
years
those
of
for a
age and
later
older,
day,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You don't want to babysit for me? Ha ha ha!
Well,
Now you do.
Oh, I gotta
Exactly.
keep that in mind.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
that's-
you have these great boards, and what are they? Are they
So-
part of this challenge?
Yes, so this is also part of the physical activity kit that will be going to the schools and community centers. So there's going to be a program that goes along with it. So you'll be using the boards as well as the spooner boards, which is a balance board.
Yep.
And you can rock back and forth. You work your core muscles, and it's really fundamental movement skills.
Prior to the
having
show, I
do
had
with
fun trying it. Me and
snowboarding.
Amy actually had the green one going there.
Yes.
And it is
You know
cool.
what? They are, and the bottom of them is all felt, so that's why it completely slides
Yeah.
on. But
That's the Riglet reel system.
See, she
So
knows that the Riglet reel.
It's called the Riglet reel system.
and it has the
Pulley.
pulley all
Yeah.
attached into it, so you're not really,
Yeah.
you know.
And this is actually a removable cover. So the board you can actually pull your child around the backyard even if you wanted to. I
Wow.
actually have this set up for my daughter who's 4.
Oh, so
wow.
it's multi-use.
And it's plastic
Yes.
underneath.
Yes.
Very cool.
And then when they're
that is
doing the
cool.
indoor part, that's where they use this
Yes.
felt. Oh, that's phenomenal.
Very nice. I think that's
pretty
great.
So and that's all done by Burton Snowboards.
Yep.
They are the
Supporter.
they're the only snowboard company that has come up with this for the younger kids to try snowboarding. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, snowboarding is expensive. My son got into snowboarding last year, and granted, knock on wood, I did manage to get a great sale online, and if you ordered the whole kit, then you got so much off, and, I went searching for coupons and found another coupon, but it's still a
expensive.
large adventure. I mean, if you get the early bird pass on the rock, which is such a phenomenal
It
deal.
is, it really is, yeah,
It really is. I mean,
absolutely.
and the boarding and the tubing and everything, it's so great. If you get that
Can't lose.
early, that's it. But then you add lessons on top of that, and then you add the equipment on top of it, and then how do you know your kid's even going to like it?
That's
Exactly.
the problem.
Yeah, this,
Exactly. So that's what we're hoping to be able to ignite the spark in some of those children who may not have the opportunity to snowboard, and also give parents and families the opportunity to have their child try snowboarding without having the huge investment.
True.
So how do people contact you if they want to get involved in this healthy challenge?
So my email address is ksquires@georgina.ca. They can always get in touch with me there or call me at the town offices.
And then get involved. And
Yeah.
how was physical activity chosen as the first theme for it?
So physical activity was chosen by the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care. There will be 3 themes throughout the 3 years. So they chose that as the first one, and we believe that they chose that to get everybody having fun and motivated
for sure.
about being
Spark 'em.
healthy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, get them
Absolutely.
going.
They chose the theme, and we are just going with as much as we can to try and support the opportunities for physical activity within Georgina. Again, making it easier for children and families to be physically active.
Now, how long does that theme run to?
It will run till the end of June.
Till June, and then we pick up the next theme?
Yes, which hasn't been released yet.
They're not
by
going
the
to tell you.
ministry. Yes,
God,
it's
they
a
keep it
secret.
quiet,
But
right?
Catherine's agreed to come back on the show and,
Yes.
and give us a little prelude then as to what the next theme will be then.
Yeah.
It'll be phenomenal.
Yeah, it'll be great. So she's going to, but in the meantime, we're going to concentrate on the physical aspect of
Exactly.
the challenge.
So this is kind of winter inspired.
Yes.
And some of it can be used inside. Is there a summer inspiration that is coming about?
So we're doing a number of initiatives. One is we're doing a conference for all of the schools in Georgina, all the elementary schools in Georgina in April. It's a free conference, physical activity conference. All the schools are invited. We have a keynote speaker. His name is Pierre Harrison from Play, Learn, Think. And he is kind of our inspiration around getting back to basics and understanding the importance of play and in development, as well as 4 breakout workshops where the students and teachers, as well as administrative staff, can participate, and they're going to learn how to use some of the tools. So one is this equipment, how they can bring that back to their school, how they can use the physical activity program in their school. They're also going to be getting some physical activity resources. They're called Fundamental Movement Skill Charts from Thompson's Publishing. So what it is...
This is a huge, this just isn't a little, this is a huge package that's being
Yes.
put together.
Because it's a big, I don't want to use the word problem, but I think it's a major concern.
Yeah.
Because our generation, because of weight issues and lack of physical, exercise, and more electronics, I'm just trying to put it in a blanket kind of thing. We're trying to motivate everybody to get back to the basics, I guess, really. It's like get back to being
Exactly.
physically
It's
moving. Get moving.
But you think of when you were a kid and you went to school, I mean, you're outside at recess, you're trucking it, right? It's tag, it's something, it's always,
All the time. And I think for the most part, I think people sort of get so busy in their day-to-day lives that, like you said, we didn't walk back and forth like we walk back and forth to school. Some kids do,
Yes.
but, and then at the end of the day, a lot of them are sitting in front of the games and the TV and
I couldn't wait for the nice weather to go bike riding.
You and me both, but our parents were, I'm just saying, the type that you were like, home and make sure you get home for dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not so much now, right? So
No, it isn't so much. It's actually kids 5 to 11 years of age, 86% are not meeting Canada's physical activity guidelines. So they're not doing the 60 minutes of physical activity per day that is really required. And in schools, they are mandated now to provide 20 minutes of physical activity per day for the children.
because they see where it's going.
Exactly.
I mean,
And teachers have a hard time sometimes fitting that into the day with all of the other curriculum that's happening. So this conference is all about giving them tools so they're able to learn how to use those tools, take them back to the school, and implement them at for the whole class, every class, and
Wow, well, that's phenomenal.
So it's pretty neat.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And, I mean, it's a huge program to have involved in our community. And it's, 3 years and $125,000 a year. That's a lot of money. And that's a lot of great stuff that we're going to have in our community. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you so much for having me.
So join us after the break as we hear from Riptide.